I knew the exact moment the company was finished. It wasn't the stock taking a nosedive, and it wasn't when they swapped the coffee for that bitter, oat-flavored disappointment. No, it hit me the second Marcus walked in. Marcus was the new CTO 28, straight out of some venture capitalist incubator, clad in a tailored vest, smelling like expensive cologne and overconfidence. He glided into the conference room like a prophet delivering commandments, but the congregation? Just a room full of burned-out engineers praying for mercy. I was in the corner, clutching a lukewarm cup of coffee, watching him assess the room. 6 years I'd been here. In tech time, that's an eternity prehistory, really. I'm the ghost in the machine, the reason the servers don't catch fire when Black Friday hits. But to Marcus, I was a hoodie-wearing nuisance, a tired woman whose career seemed to have expired with her morning latte. Team, Marcus began, slapping his hands together. I've reviewed the architecture. Honestly, it's a disaster. Legacy garbage. We're pivoting to a microservices, AI-driven ecosystem by Q3. He threw a slide up on the projector. Circles, arrows, nonsense. I squinted. He was proposing scrapping the central logic gate of our entire logistics platform. That legacy garbage? That was my creation, my baby. Quantum Ops. My code had saved this company in 2020 when supply chains worldwide crumbled. Excuse me, I rasped, my voice rusty from months of silence. That node handles 90% of vendor compliance. Delete it, and you're not pivoting, you're performing corporate lobotomy. Marcus smiled, all charm, no substance, scanning my messy bun and faded tea and asked, "And you are?" "I'm Lila," I said, measured, calm. "I built the backbone you're about to dismantle." He chuckled, a wet, condescending sound. "Right, Lila? Sweetheart, we appreciate your contributions back in the day. But this isn't a museum. Your monolithic code? It's holding us hostage. We need agility. Velocity." The word sweetheart hung in the air, suffocating. The other engineers avoided my eyes. They knew. They knew I wasn't just an encoder. But Marcus? Too busy admiring his reflection in the glass whiteboard. Back in 2018, when the company was chaos in motion, they couldn't afford me. So my lawyer, a mercenary named Heavy Metal Dave, devised a workaround. No employment contract. I incorporated my own LLC, Ironclad Logic, and licensed Quantum Ops to them. Think Adobe. They didn't own it. They rented it. And I kept the master key. Marcus didn't know. "Fine, Marcus," I said, leaning back. "Agility, velocity. Understood." He turned back to his nonsense diagram. "We'll sunset the old modules immediately. HR will align the team. Restructuring corporate code for firing the people who actually keep the lights on." I stayed still, coffee forgotten. 6 years in the trenches taught me not to panic when rookies pull pins on grenades. Just measure the blast radius. My phone blinked. My licensing contract renewed quarterly. 4 days to the next payment. Paragraphs 4 and 6 spelled my advantage. Protect against unauthorized changes and nuclear options if breached. Marcus left, confident. One of the junior devs, a nervous kid named Sam, whispered, "Lila, are you okay?" I crushed my cup. "Don't worry about me. If I walk out with a box, don't help. Just keep your resume polished." Back at my workspace, I logged into my private admin console. Not theirs, secured in a server farm in Estonia. Marcus wanted a revolution. He was about to get a revelation. The freeze-out was subtle. First, calendar invites vanished. Strategy meetings disappeared. Through the glass, I watched him erase my diagrams and replace them with meaningless buzzwords. 6 years of dedication reduced to ghost status. Then came Tyler, the new product evangelist. Fresh-faced, clean sneakers, latte in hand. "Lila, right? Could I pick your brain about the old code before it's deprecated?" "Tyler, do you know what a load balancer is?" I asked. He blinked, confused. "Serverless magic, not real hardware." "Good luck, kid." By Thursday, my access was revoked. System email. Permissions updated. Did I protest? No. I pulled up Ironclad Logic's bank account. Licensing fee for Quantum Ops due at midnight. Refresh. Nothing. Zero. They assumed because I sat in a cubicle collecting a retainer disguised as salary they owned me. They didn't. The contract was clear. Payment due, software licensed. Default and the license revoked. Friday afternoon, HR sent the quick sync invite. Classic Friday firing. I packed a few personal items, wiped my laptop, took the contract folder. Meeting room B, glass fishbowl. Marcus leaned against the wall, Forbes cover ready. HR Brenda looked like she'd rather be dead. Have a seat, Lila, she whispered. I placed the folder on the table. Marcus smirked, anticipating charts and pleading. Your skill set doesn't align with our cloud-native future. We're terminating your employment, he said, flustered at my calmness. 2 weeks severance. Indeed. Non-disparagement that I didn't touch the papers. Let's clarify, I said, steady calm. You're firing me, but my company licenses the software. You missed the quarterly payment. That's breach. Marcus turned red. Get out before I call the cops. Clause 6, Marcus. Unauthorized use after breach. Immediate suspension. You have 72 hours. But since you fired the only person who can run this engine, I'd say less. I walked out. Tyler stared. I lit a cigarette. Freedom tasted like smoke. In my beat-up Ford folder on the passenger seat, I realized they didn't fire an employee, they evicted a landlord. No spare KEY'd AT home. I set up my command center. Not hacking. Administrative enforcement. Every hour my server communicated with theirs. Grace period ticking. I set enforcement to strict. Revoke license key. Not yet. Let them enjoy their weekend illusions. Hard check Monday morning. I poured whiskey, no ice. The burn cleared the bitterness of betrayal. Green lights blinked on the screen. Inventory, vendor, payroll, alive, functional, mine. Marcus had laughed. He assumed I was weak, a relic waving paper. I watched, sipped, and let the clock tick. Monday morning the house of cards would collapse. And me? I'd be sipping, unbothered, victorious. The ghost in the machine finally fully awake.